All right, what is up, guys? VV back with another video. Excuse me. And today we're going to be going over a black-yellow Charlotte Linlin deck. We're going to go over a black-yellow Charlotte Linlin deck list, and we're also going to look at a game from OP05. So this list is from OP04, but we're going to look at a little bit of a preview of how it might look in OP05. But hang on tight for that. It's also really nice to be back into this mode. It took a lot out of me doing all of those, what do you call them? That 7-part series that I did. It's nice to get back into the flow of things. Okay, so let's go ahead and hop into this. This is from 10/10, so October 10th, 2023, of course, OP04 in France. Now, we don't have any information on it. We just know it was a first place deck list or deck finish. I don't know how many people were at this tournament, so if anyone knows more information, more details on this, please do not hesitate to comment in the comment section below, or put your feedback in the comment section below. Okay, so real quick, just at first glance, this is pretty much a Charlotte Linlin list, or excuse me, a Big Mom Pirates list, and then it has a little bit of black card support, only about 15 cards that are Navy, and Fukro, of course, is CP9. Okay, so let's go ahead and take a look. I'm just going to read through the list, then we're going to talk about it. So this is Charlotte Linlin, of course. 4 Charlotte Crackers. 4 Pudding, the Searcher Pudding. 4 Charlotte Perispero, the Searcher. 4 Strusen, the 2K. 3 Charlotte Katakuri, 8 cost. 3 Charlotte Linlin, the 10 cost. Only 3, not 4. 4 Charlotte Brule. 2 Sanjis. That's interesting to me. 4 Charlotte Amanda, or Amandi, however you say that. 2 Charlotte Perispero, the vanilla 6 cost. 4 Borsellino. 3 Sakazuki. 4 Fukuro. 4 Impact Wave. Okay, so right away, like I said, this is basically a Charlotte Linlin Big Mom Pirates list, where you're going to be able to search up things with the searcher here, top 4 search, where you can grab, notice what you can grab, by the way, any Big Mom Pirates card and Sanji, right? Or up to 1 Sanji. So you will be able to get Sanji, even though he's Vinsmoke family. And, well, they don't run the 2K counter Sanji, but you'd also be able to get that if you ran that. But you cannot grab Pudding, right? That's the only stipulation there. Now, Perispero can grab any Big Mom Pirates, but not Sanji. But he can even grab himself, right? He can even... Okay, that didn't sound right. But y'all know what I'm saying. He can even grab, a Perispero, which is nice, right? That is actually relevant because we are running Perispero down here as well as a 2 of. He can still grab that. Okay. The black support is pretty straightforward. 4 Borsellinos, 4 Fukuros, 4 Impact Wave. Those 3 in particular are just staples in any type of black deck for the most part. But it is running 3 Sakazukis. Okay. That is interesting. Again, I don't know how large the event was where this took place, and I see where the deck can win. The deck seems very strong. You have all this searcher power in Perispero and in Pudding, where you're going to be able to get to your Charlotte Linlins very quickly, very easily. And if not, you might be able to snag a Charlotte Katakuri or something like that. Quite a bit of discard effects in here, where you have 3 Sakazukis, 2 Sanjis. 4 Charlotte Perisperos, 4 Crackers. So you're potentially trashing a lot of cards from hand. But I'm wondering if you actually use the Leader's Effect very often in a list like this. One thing that I noticed is, okay, if you run the list more yellow, like more Big Mom Pirates, it seems like you're not going to be trashing cards very often, other than from something like a trash card effect from the trigger. I should rephrase it. I don't think you use the Leader's Effect as much when you're playing the more yellow version. Because you're going to be throwing cards back on with Katakuri, you're going to be throwing cards back on with Linlin, where you don't have to use the Leader's Effect unless you absolutely have to. And then you still have access to these really nice black cards like Impact Wave, Fukuro, and Borsellino, and Sakazuki. But yeah, overall, this list does look very clean, very strong. A lot of good blocker power. You've got 4 Brules, only 2 Sanjis, like I said, which is very interesting. But I guess the idea is you're going to always want to play Borsellino on turn 2 or potentially turn 3 if you're on the odd curve. You're always going to want to play Borsellino over Sanji. Sanji doubling over, though, as the trigger play this card effect. And like I said, there's already a lot of trash card effects in this deck with Sakazuki, Sanji, Charlotte Cracker, and Perispero, and the Leader's Effect, obviously, that you don't have a lot of room for all the discard, all the trash card effects. But still very interesting that this is the card they would go down on, as opposed to the Crackers or the Perisperos, like one of each, and then go up the 4 Sanjis. But that's, you know, again, this deck won. I'm not criticizing it in a negative way. I'm just asking questions. Maybe you guys can answer in the comment section below. But in my mind, it only makes sense to go 4 Sanji and then like 2 Crackers, or 4 Sanji and 3 and 3 for the Cracker and Perispero for these two. Okay, but like I said, I do think that the yellow list actually does not use much of Charlotte Linlin's effect, whereas the black deck, the black version of the deck, you're going to run 4 Fukuros, you're going to run the 4 Borsalinos, impact waves like this, and then just lots and lots of ways to, you know, slow your opponent down with like maybe Sabos and things like that. And instead of running Searcher, you know, the Searcher power in Pudding and in Perispero, you'd probably run like Yamato, or Yamato, however you say that. But anyway, very cool list. Definitely worth trying out. I might have to mess around with this for my next locals tournament I go to, because the deck list looks very clean. I like the 4 Amandi, the 4 Strusen for the 2K counter package. Is that all they run? Yeah, just these 2. Yeah. So only 8 2K counters, but these are specifically chosen. So notice what Strusen can do. He can KO a 1 or less to knock out a little beige blocker or a little Nami or something like that. And Amandi can do the same thing, sort of, by tapping down a blocker, so you can either attack into it or swing past it. So that's very nice utility. This is very good utility with Strusen and Amandi. Sometimes I wonder if it was worth going if it's worth going maybe a few what's her name, Surus, so that way you can combo it with Katakuri, because if you think about it, Suru is a 1-cost 2K counter that reduces the cost of a character by 2. So in other words, for 9 Dawn, Katakuri and Suru can get rid of any character in the game ultimately, like, you know, put on top of their life. So that is very interesting, but they're not running that. Okay, so that's it for this list. Now, one thing I did want to look at is over on Memo Card Games. I'm not going to like play their whole video, but I am going to recommend their site. If you like watching, let me just hit play real quick. It's in 2x speed. Definitely check this channel out, Memo Card Games, period. They have great content on just like all kinds of different matchups, and I'm actually gonna pause this real quick and click. I'll go back to it. They have all kinds of they post all the time too. Like, notice 20 hours ago, 20 hours ago, 2 days, 4 days, 5 days. They post a lot of matchups, and it's live matchups. I love seeing the live matchups, even if the players aren't good. I don't know where these players' skill levels are or anything like that. I have no idea. But long story short, you know, I feel like it's better to watch the real games and to see people's mannerisms and things like that. Okay, so let me go back to this real quick. This is an OP05 game between Charlotte Linlin and Luffy. And again, I don't want to use the whole video from them, because this is, you know, their own content. I'm not trying to take from them. I don't have as much a problem taking from friends or from taking from, you know, like the big tournaments. But I want you guys to go check out this guy's stuff yourself. And again, I don't know the skill level of either players. I think this is just a local tournament. But one thing I wanted to get to is, okay, first of all, is that the Gadatsu, however you say this guy's name right here, are we seeing, like, in OP05, are we going to finally see the future of Black Yellow Charlotte Linlin? Is OP05 where we're going to be able to see a list that is actually competitive in the meta? Or is it just going to be another wash? You know what I mean? Whatever you guys think, comment in the comment section below. Tell me. I actually think, and watch, there's going to be something you see in this game that was a very attractive play to me. Let me hit play while we're talking. There's a very attractive play to me in this game that basically makes me think that maybe it is on the map. Maybe it's actually moving up the tier list. Now, I'm going to fast forward, because I just want to show you. Don't worry, I'll mention each thing. By the way, okay, so Gadatsu is an odd curve, just like Fukuro is, which is really nice. and he's a 5-cost 6K with a 1K counter with these KO effects, you're going to be able to KO something when he comes into play and then swing 7 every turn afterwards by attaching 1 Dawn. That is a very strong tempo play, guys, for those who don't know. And instead of running Fukuro, maybe it would be decent to even run Pound. Right, that there might be some potential there to help your matchup against Law and against Zoro, the decks that run the smaller curve. Okay. And here's the next thing I want to look at. Again, I'm just trying to fast forward. And please go to this guy's channel and watch the game. I don't know this guy in real life, but like I said, I do watch a lot of the stuff he puts out because I like to watch live games. I don't like watching the games on the simulator. I like to watch live games. I don't care if the angle's bad. All right, so watch this. This is another card we need to think about. We need to start thinking about in OP05 for Black Yellow Charlotte Linlin. So watch what he does here. Plays Rebecca, grabs back the Borsellino. Earlier in the game, he did right when I started speeding up, he used Borsellino as a 1K counter to get out of an attack. So we're going to watch that real quick. Again, I just want to show you right there. Okay, so he swings 5. Okay, I'll just count out a Borsellino because guess what? In about, 10 minutes here, I'm just going to play out my Rebecca right here for 4 with 8 Dawn active. He's going to pay 4 for Rebecca, grab the Borsellino, pay 4 for Borsellino, and now he is in cruise control, right? For the most part, this is cruise control. Now, yes, there is still a very intimidating board, and again, we're going to fast forward through. I'm not going to, like I said, I'm not going to watch the entire game. You guys go check that. All right, there we go. This is the next big play. I'm sorry, guys. I had to totally interrupt my train of thought there. If you want to go check out this video, by all means do. But watch this play. There is a 9-cost Kaido on the board. We are at 3 health currently, 3 life for the Black Yellow Charlotte Linlin player, 2 blockers on the field. Remember what all just happened. And our opponent has 2 life. Now watch this. Time to KO the Kaido with a Yamato. That's correct, with a Yamato, because pay 1, Ice Age. Remember, Ice Age has a trigger, by the way, Ice Age has a trigger to KO a 3 or less, right? And in hand, you can pay 1 to reduce the cost by 5. Now here comes Yamato. Notice Yamato could have KO'd any character in the game, right? Unless the character literally says cannot be KO'd, like Borsellino and Fukuro. But there was 5 life between both players and a -5 more from Ice Age. Guys, that seems very nice because Yamato later in the game, you still want to be able to play her to establish a 9K body. But when both players are low on life, you can't really KO what you want to, like things that are 5 cost or 6 cost. But guess what? With Ice Age, you actually still can. Or let's just say you don't need the Ice Age. No problem. You can use that to trash cards with your what's her name here? The Charlotte Linlin's leader effect, or with the Sabo. And I don't know if this guy, I think this guy runs Sabo. I don't know the full list. I'll try to post it. Let me just fast forward through. Again, we're not trying to watch the whole game. And then there you go. Follows up this. So last turn he played the Yamato. He saved his blockers, took 2 life. Now he's going to swing 9 at the poly here. Okay, and it looks like the guy saved it actually. So swings 9 at poly. Poly's a 6K leader or 6K character. Pays 4K to get him to 10, and now we'll just do Big Mom. You lose a life, I gain a life. I've got 2 blockers, 2 life, and you see where this is going. And we're just going to fast forward a little bit because I just want y'all to see. Okay, so untaps here, and let me fast forward a little bit. He's going to swing 6 with his leader. 12 here. He's just going to eat the whole board up and plays another Yamato. Okay, then he's going to play another Yamato. Let me see what he gets with it. So there's only 2 life. He's only going to use the Yamato to gain life here. And it's still worth it because you're paying 9 for a 9K body and gain 1 life. Like, yes, it would be nice if you KO'd a card here. And if he had, by the way, if he had an Ice Age, he could KO anything on the board right here. Let me see something real quick. So in this situation right here, if he had an Ice Age to play with this Yamato, he could KO a 7 cost or less. A 7 cost or less in this situation. Okay, he didn't have it, but it doesn't matter. It still gains a life and establishes a 9K body. So that's about it. I'm going to fast forward. I think y'all see where this game is going at this point. There's two characters on the field for the Luffy. Okay, he's swinging 9 with leader, And in this situation, for those who don't know, the big mom player's like, yeah, please, I'll take that, because I'm going to gain a life every turn. By all means, swing in for 4, you know, invest, because I'll just keep going through you. And here we go. Fast forwarding. So swing 9. Okay, okay, we'll watch this part. So, all right, my turn, right? Okay, well, swing 9. That's a magic number. Okay, yep, there goes that blocker. Swing 9. He's got 1 card in hand, by the way. The Luffy's got 1 card in hand. Swing 9, swing 12. It takes life. All he has left is a queen for the blocker, a queen blocker. Swing 6. And he knows, okay. Okay, so he did survive there. Sorry, guys. He did actually survive. But you already know where this game's going. There's 2 blockers, 2 life. There's absolutely no way for the Luffy player to get out of this. He plays a Kaido, returns 4 Dawn, or 5 Dawn, whatever. He can't actually do anything. Swings 9, blocks with Borsalino. I would have just taken it, and the game's over. Okay, very nice. So just to give you guys an idea, again, I really... There's 3 cards I'm most interested in going into OP05. And number 1 is Rebecca. Number 2 is Gidatsu, right here in the trash pile right now. And then number 3 is comboing. This we can do currently, and I'll have to try this sometime. But is comboing Ice Age with Yamato, or comboing Ice Age with Gidatsu, right? Because that's the other thing. The one of the problems, quote unquote, one of the problems with Gidatsu is, how do I get targets in range late in the game? Because it goes off your opponent's life. All right. So in other words, if they're at one life or 0 life, well, your Gidatsu is just a 5 cost 6K with 1K counter, which is not bad, right? That's actually still not bad. But you'd rather get the additional effect, like with Yamato. And that's where Ice Age just makes it so nice. And unlike Sakazuki, Gidatsu doesn't make you trash a card. Okay, guys, I'm going to end it there. That's all I was going to say. Tell me what y'all think about this list. Like I said, check this guy out, Memo Card Games, if you haven't already, if you like watching the live games. This dude he's from the East, I believe. I don't really know. Like I said, you'll have to check him out. But I think he has nothing but games from the East, I believe. Yeah, that's what some of these you could see from OP04. You know, Don definitely versus Arlong, but it might be OP05 meta. But yeah, he's got some games from Enel and all that. Again, I don't even know who this guy is. I just want to show you guys some awesome, you know, sources to check out new games and stuff. All right, guys, that's it. Please don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. Check out the Discord if you're looking for a place to chill and talk about One Piece. And yeah, until next time, guys, peace.